Hey, happy you're here. I have always wanted to make Christmas cookie boxes. Every single year I see bakers, influencers, home chefs, cozy girlies baking these boxes, just all the social medias, and I'm like, this looks so cute. Just never committed to doing it. Here's the thing. I worked at a bakery for 3 years and I love to bake. I'm artsy, I'm crafty, so I thought to myself, the only thing that's getting in my way is myself. Let's do it together this year. I'll break down the steps that I'm using to make my Christmas cookie boxes to hopefully make it more approachable for you if you've ever thought of doing the same. Thinking about these cookie boxes, I went through a series of steps that I found really helpful, so I want to share them with you. A, I decided what recipes I wanted to make. I wanted to limit myself so that I didn't make this an overwhelming task. B, I decided who I was going to give these boxes to. I think it's really important that you do this up front so that you know exactly like what quantity you need to give. And then C, I let everyone know I'm bringing something to you so that way I could hold myself accountable and people didn't have an unwanted or unexpected surprise. Then D, I went to the grocery store, I got all the ingredients. Then I ordered packaging supplies on Amazon. And then finally, most excitingly, F, I delivered these to everyone, and I'll share some honest text reactions from my family and my friends. So if you'd love to learn more about these steps, stick around. So first things first, what am I baking? I have done much scrolling online to think about what would look cute together, what would make sense together, flavor profiles, and I've come up with 6 cookies. I feel like 6 is a manageable amount. It's enough that there's variety in the box, but it's not so much that I'm setting myself up for 8 days of baking. You could do however many you want. You could make just one recipe and make multiple batches of it. You could make 4 cookies, that would be tons of cute variety, or you can step it up way past what I did and make 8. For these boxes, I will be making the checkerboard cookies recipe from Cookies and Cups, the soft and chewy gingerbread recipe from Catherine's Kitchen blog, bakery style hot chocolate cookies from the Farm Style, the best ever chocolate chip cookie recipe from Joy Food Sunshine, and the Linzer cookie recipe with a no nut modification from Sugar Spun Run. So now that I had my recipes planned out, I also wanted to think about who I'm giving these boxes to. A couple of days before, I made a list of everyone that I wanted to give a cookie box to, which was super helpful so that I knew the quantity of cookies to make before I went to the store and bought all my ingredients. That way I knew which recipes I needed to double, if I needed to triple any, or if one batch would be plenty. I ended up making 12 boxes, and then I had like a couple extras of certain cookies that I gave to folks. Main goal is to make 12 boxes, and that informed all the ingredients that I bought, the boxes, supplies, the tags that I ended up making that I'll talk about later. Same day that I knew who I was going to give these boxes to, before I made anything, I texted them and said that I had something that I wanted to drop off on a certain day. In my case, it was Sunday. And I just said, hey, I have a little thing to drop off for you. I'm gonna come by. I recommend you doing this, especially because I know some people don't love like just drop-in visitors. And even more so for people who maybe live in apartments where you can't even access their front door, you kind of need to give advance notice. I've also seen people do like pickup days where they text everyone and say, hey, from 11 to 3, come by my place and pick up your cookies. And I think that would be a great way to do it too. Either way, just letting people know that there's something fun coming, it sort of builds that anticipation for them. And then for me, it also held me accountable that's like, I'm going to do this and I'm committing to doing this. Over the next 2 days, I spent around 16 hours baking these cookies. Luckily, I had a long weekend from work and I found it really fun. I put on music, listened to movies. You could put on Hallmark movies to really be in the vibe if you're planning on a holiday, but really you could do these any time of year. And I really enjoyed it. A lot of these recipes, the dough needs to chill. And so it was easy to just like batch all my doughs, put them in the fridge, and then as I'm baking one, I could make another dough and put that in the fridge. And the cycle just sort of fell into place once I got into it. I let everything cool overnight because I didn't want them to get all gummed up together. The thing that I wanted to do for these cookie boxes is to package them just in like a super fun aesthetic way and really dive into the whole process. So what I ended up doing is I ordered boxes and 2 different colors of ribbon on Amazon to package my cookies in. The warning, if you buy these same boxes, they're gonna seem way too small, but I promise they're not. And then I also wanted to make a really cute tag. I've seen these creators on social media make really cute cookie tags, and I was inspired by them. I went on Canva and designed my own cookie tag. I just pulled pictures from recipes themselves, background removed them, which is a pro feature, but you don't need to do that. You could sketch them, you could do a stock photo, but I did that and then I just titled the cookie below. So that way people could visually see exactly what they were getting in the box. And then I just cut these out, and I have a rounded corner cutter that I used. Again, this is totally optional, but I thought it just really sold the whole vision and made them really cute and really fun. And then I went on to packaging. I'll insert some clips of me packaging these boxes, but I mostly just wanted everyone to have the same variety of them, arrange it in the best way that I could, wrap it all up with a bow, and then end it with that tag that I got. And then I just wrote on there from Emmy just so that they'd know it was from me. Once I had packaged all of my cookie boxes, it was time for delivery. And this was like the most fun part for me. I just sort of like dropped them off and didn't say a whole lot. You could, of course, knock on everyone's door and come in, but I had like a very limited time, so I just sort of like dropped them off and went. Really fun to see throughout the day when people would come home or look at their porch or what have you and get the boxes. The reactions were super fun. I realized that I like maybe raised the bar too high for myself because no one believed that I made the cookies. Everyone was like, "Where did you buy these? I can't believe you made these." But really, for me, I did take that as a really awesome compliment. And just in case anyone was wondering, I asked all my family and friends who I gave these boxes to what their favorite cookie was. And literally every single person but one said the Linzer cookies. So I guess you gotta put those in your box. It's actually funny because I thought those ones turned out really bad. Like, I had never made anything like that before, and I felt like they were maybe soggy or like too, I don't know, they were all misshapen, and I was kind of debating even putting them in the box. But then everyone ended up loving them. So it's also a lesson in making these, like accept the imperfections and just go for it, because something that you may not feel super confident in, other people may end up being their favorite. So just putting it out there, don't be too hard on yourselves. You never know what can happen. Anyways, I hope this was a helpful little guide of how to make Christmas cookie boxes or holiday cookie boxes or birthday cookie boxes. Really, anytime. This is such a great overall low cost activity that you can show the people in your life that you love them, that you care about them, that you're thinking about them, and just take some time to intentionally slow down, commit to a task, and just really enjoy the process of creating and making. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions at all of how I did this, if I left something out, or if you have tips for other people, leave it down in the comments, and go ahead and give me some subscribe to learn more about how I do different crafty things, how I'm learning to make my adult life more fun, and some big plans that I have for 2026. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!